Alright, you finally win. We're a standard channel now. Now make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on when I say we're a standard channel now. I have finally gotten accustomed to playing Vanguard standard. So make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on now somebody's gonna I'm expecting some No way. Vanguard 40? Vanguard 40's no way. They're gonna do standard content now. Okay, so I want to be very, very, very clear about this. And when I say this very loosely, Buddy Fight here is the thing that got me interested in standard. I love the ideas and concepts and how it plays differently than requiring the energy gauge. You're able to do the gauge and draw. To me, it's a very, very fun concept. And I've also just really been intrigued with Buddy Fight. I've been reading all about, like, old Buddy Fight meta. I've been learning about how this all works. I got, you might not know this, but I do have some decks from old Buddy Fight. I didn't really play Buddy Fight during the time because I just didn't have the money to play all the card games in the world. But, unfortunately, 5 years after the game's parting of ways, I've been reading about it. I picked up a couple decks I liked just to have. I still haven't really learned anything, but Buddy Fight came to Vanguard. And I was like, okay, I really like this. But looking at the price of, getting things in standard is a very expensive format. To get the staples that you need, you gotta get all the energy cyclers of all of the nations. So that's 6 nations energy cyclers. I would say probably across the board, you're probably looking at a good $1,000 investment to just get all of that. Now that's just staples. That's not even including the deck cores themselves. And for as much premium content and as many decks as you've seen that we have, we got a lot of stuff built. And also, the big thing that was kind of detouring me from learning standard was I didn't like how standard was up until I think once DZ came out, we got the divine units. I kind of started to go, okay, we're getting some good mechanics here. And it's kind of how I felt about V. I didn't like how V was, it was just plain Vanguard. There was nothing exciting, crazy about it. You have Stride and Standard, you have, somebody's gonna be like, Rob, are you okay? So I don't know how much standard content we're gonna put out. Let me give you the landscape here of what we have for standard working with here. Austin has Varga, and he has my Welstra deck. All right, that's all he has. Keegan has Michu and a what else did he have? Lilio Odium. Okay, that's it. I also had Bat put together for standard. If you think about that, that's not a lot of content that you can film and get excited about. Because, doing a match or a game a day on this channel for premium, we have everything we could do it for. But for standard, you guys, you gotta build up the armament of things to work with. And we have transitional stuff. There's stuff we could shift from premium around. It's not like, I still gotta get Blangmeyer cards for the new set. I gotta get, a bunch of other things. We were having Mythic, Levy Dross, we had the core. It was just, moving it over. So there was that. So why, if you have so little decks, why are you gonna attempt to put these on camera? Well, I do have, like I said, I picked up all the cyclers that I need. I picked up a couple of deck cores, and I'm telling you, man, this Buddy Fight stuff right here, this right here, this has got my interest in this game. All right, I'll probably do a deck profile for this. The list I have is it's Freedom Duo's list, like card for card, because I net decked, and I was like, this is a pretty fun baseline to kind of start with. I like the idea of how this was supposed to go. And of course, Jack and I have getting triple drive is a pretty cool concept. Also, back to the not knowing how standard plays. We're going to get a lot of... So if we do a lot of standard content, we're going to get a lot of comments. We're going to be like, oh, you know, you misplayed. I mean, we already get them for premium. But you're going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have guarded there. You know, you messed up. You got to remember that I have not played standard hardly at all. I chose to play Bat for BCS because Bat was turn off your brain and high roll. That's it. It's... To me, the deck looked very easy. The deck was very easy to play. I mean, there were some times where, you know, you get a bunch of interactions going that felt really, really nice. And that was really, really cool. I will give some credit to that. But at the same time, though, there were just so many low rolls scenarios. Bat was good, but Bat's going away. I mean, Bat's already been taken out back and blown up in the OCG format. So... There's that. What do I want to... So what has Robbie, you know, like, you said you were never going to, like, touch standard. What has gotten you, besides Buddy Fight, what really just drew you into standard? So a couple of decks that really, really, really got my attention. I liked Bavsaraga a lot. I like that you could arm her. You could give her equipment. She could do a lot of cool different things with those equipments, and I like that. Now, I didn't want to pick up the deck, you know, the Fire Lords at 4. I still thought, you know, obviously with Fire Lord getting limited here, probably to match the OCG if I had to guess. I looked at that a lot, and I was like, too much money. That deck, I mean, sure. I also want to play Minerva. I have all the original set 8 stuff for Minerva. I think that deck is a lot of fun. Obviously, you know, Keter staples aside, gotta figure out what staples we're going to shove where, because I do kind of want to test out Rezael a little bit. Though I don't, believe it or not, I don't really like the way Rezael plays. He's fun in premium, but I don't like the way he plays in standard. Like, I don't know, he's big number Gober. That's his job. And I also wanted to play Astacion. Oh, and Virgilla. Okay, well, first of all, I love Virgilla's rewrite form. I think Virgilla's rewrite form is such a cool mechanic that you can work with for that. I loved that. I love that idea of what Virgilla could do. But I was drawn into Astacion because Astacion's basically a Gize token. Now, I mean, obviously, if Astacion starts to go crazy, you know, your local Dragon Empire player is going to start going after it with the order that allowed you to, I think, was it to attack the back row? So, you know, the token's never going to be safe at that point. And, you know, I feel like your deck just kind of falls apart, you know, if they blow up over the token via battle. Happens. But the concept of Astacion looked really, really cool to me. But it was a combination of Virgilla, Astacion, and the Buddy Fight stuff. Like, I was already like, okay, I kind of want to pick these up just to have them because they look cool. I mean, obviously, you'll never be able to play Astacion in premium, but Virgilla, you could. But at the same time, I was like, all right, this Buddy Fight stuff. It was actually Jackknife was the one that had my attention the most. I liked this card. The restand, the triple drive off of the Gold Ritter. It's very, very flavorful, and I really like that. So we'll see where this goes. You guys got to understand, this is very touch and go for me. All right, I'm new here. All right, newbie alert. All right, I mean, I know how to play Vanguard. I know how to play premium very, very, very well. You know, it's just you're going from a complicated format to a little bit more of a dumbed down format, but at the same time, standard's finally at what I would consider a point that I like the game, and, you know, you're getting into the gimmicks. I know, right? Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. The gimmicks are what kept me very much interested in things. I guess having unique ways to play the game are good? Are they not? So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCOL40 on checkout. Save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.